Hey, how you doing? This is Adam Post, publisher of more than 1,000 comic books and marketing expert, covering another great woke shutdown. New College of Florida is destroying their anti-science gender studies classes, making room for real classes that can benefit the students. Let's get into the story. Before we do, please be sure you are subscribed to the channel. Click the bell for notifications. Give me a thumbs up. I really appreciate you guys. This is a great story. It comes from The Federalist. It's written by Matthew Spalding, who's actually on the board of trustees that voted to make the decision to get rid of the gender studies classes. From The Federalist, New College of Florida nukes anti-science gender studies so real disciplines can thrive. Education is crucial. The left knows this. That's why they've taken over colleges. But now finally, the right is getting involved and taking things back where they belong. The goal of programs such as gender studies is not to discover knowledge, but to remake the academy and society in its image. The author actually voted to abolish the gender studies program at New College of Florida. Critics of the decision to eliminate gender studies have since been labeled an attack on education itself, such as from Vox. The anti-intellectual attack on higher education will take years to undo. Here's what's really behind the right-wing campaign on academic freedom. Just don't want people programmed to be communists. It's not that complicated. But as a matter of academic integrity and intellectual honesty, the board has a firm basis to remove gender studies as an area of concentration at the state's liberal arts honors college. It's about science versus self-identity. Gender studies is not a science. Pretenses of legitimacy obscure its lack of scientific rigor and replicatable research. When pressed on biological facts, such as male and female differences in genetics, hormones, anatomy, and neurochemistry, the answer is that what leftists call gender is socially constructed and not a matter of natural science, something even the World Health Organization admits. Quote, neither gender difference nor gender inequality is inevitable in the nature of things, nor more specifically in the nature of our bodies, a highly acclaimed gender studies textbook argues. Indeed, gender theorists deem the scientific method sexist because it focuses on the facts of nature rather than claims of personal self-identity. Destroying the scientific method, where we essentially get all our provable knowledge from, is incredibly dangerous. It's completely dehumanizing. It removes the ability to have any kind of critical thinking. You can't determine facts if you don't respect the scientific method. All the hard sciences use the scientific method. And if you successfully apply the scientific method, even to social problems, you can have incredibly positive results. Google the theory of constraints for education, and you'll see what I'm talking about. That's a whole separate passion of mine. Political doctrine, not academic discipline. At the same time, the dishonest character of gender studies makes it more of a political movement for social change than the proper subject of an academic discipline. It does not stem from the liberal arts and falls well outside a humanities focus. Though it is hailed as an interdisciplinary field, gender studies doesn't do justice to the disciplines with which it engages. Instead, it subverts them by cherry-picking whatever advances a gender studies agenda while largely ignoring anything that would weaken its claims. The gender movement pays lip service to critical thinking and freedom of speech, even as it engenders closed-mindedness. Its experts censor and harass scholars from within and without their field who dare criticize gender theory's methods. Nothing could be further from the spirit of academic inquiry. You're supposed to be using critical thinking in college to question ideas, not get indoctrinated in ideas that cannot be questioned. Ideological conformity within gender studies betrays the true nature of such programs. While dogmatically adhering to relativism's denial of objective truth, gender theorists are always eager to impose their truth on us. That is because gender theory grew from postmodernism's narrative of systemic oppression and its method of deconstruction. Its proponents see advocacy, coercion, and even censorship as essential for social revolution along predetermined lines. Quote, our field is inherently activist, an Indiana University gender program proclaims, because we are concerned with the status of all marginalized and oppressed groups. We examine how gender, sex, and sexuality are woven into the fabric of these groups and into social frameworks of power, turning society into a gender studies department. It is no coincidence that the recent proliferation of interdisciplinary studies about race and especially sex, feminist, lesbian, gay, queer, transgender, has metastasized beyond the faculty lounge to ravage the whole of higher education. The goal of programs such as gender studies is not to discover knowledge, but to remake the academy and society in its image. That's why the head of UCLA's gender program can confidently declare, quote, "We will continue to prepare students to become anti-colonial, anti-racist, critical feminist thinkers and ready and able to confront the immense challenges of our times." Following these professed experts, powerful institutions warmly embrace the delusion that men can become women and vice versa. And now we see this radical theory spreading throughout society with predictable results. Dissent is swiftly crushed. In Indiana, 2 parents lost custody of their child when they refused to deny their son's sex. Michigan nearly passed a bill that would have criminalized speech that misgenders someone, with penalties ranging from a $10,000 fine to 5 years in prison. In Oregon, the state deemed a prospective mother unsuitable to adopt or foster because she'd refused to support a child's transgender exploration. A court in Maryland says parents do not have a fundamental right to remove their children from Montgomery County's gender curriculum, even if it conflicts with their religious views. The only way a parent can deal with that is by homeschooling. And you can find out more about homeschooling by just Googling homeschooling and legal rights online. Like all rights, you have to protect them and you have to fight for your parental rights or you're not going to have them. We have to be really skeptical these days. Opening inquiry by ending gender studies. The immediate objection is that the Board of Trustees' decision to exclude a gender studies program from New College's liberal arts curriculum muzzles discussions of prominent social issues in the classroom. On the contrary, this decision will create a more thoughtful, mature, and rigorous consideration of such questions, rather than just ideological programming. Any substantial topic concerning sex can be addressed within existing academic fields, biology, history, philosophy, and politics, to name a few, and would benefit from the scholarly attention and intellectual objectivity of those long-established disciplines. In the words of John Henry Newman, quote, "The purpose of a university should be to train the mind to think widely and deeply, to think inquisitively and originally. Gender studies, with its preordained worldview, insistence on ideological conformity, and aim of social activism is far removed from this educational ideal. By disbanding its gender studies program, New College of Florida has taken a significant step to safeguard the integrity of its liberal arts mission and academic work and to reaffirm its commitment to educational excellence and intellectual freedom." The author, Matthew Spalding, is the dean of the Van Andel Graduate School of Government at Hillsdale College's Washington, D.C. campus and a New College of Florida's Board of Trustees member that helped get rid of their Marxist gender studies program. Let me know what you think of all this in the comments below. Always love to see your ideas. Please be sure you are subscribed to the channel. Click the bell for notifications, give me a thumbs up, and I'll see you again soon with another video. And if I don't see you, I will miss you.